All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Now, let us return to the laws of the Holy Temple. In these 3 weeks, it says that if we learn about the laws, it's something like building if we learn about the laws of the temple, it's something like building the temple. Okay, so we have to know that the temple was very essential to the Jewish people. As soon as they got out of Egypt, they began to build it, and it was with them until about 2,000 years ago when it was destroyed by the Romans, But before that, when it came into it wandered with them in the desert in the form of a tabernacle for 40 years. 40 years. Let's see. Maybe we got a picture over here of the tabernacle. Ready? Here we go. Let's see. This is the tab. Oh, this is the Holy Temple. Well, the Holy Temple was in the same form, actually. The Holy Temple was the same form as the tabernacle. So let's have a real picture. Here's the picture. The tabernacle was like this. There was a room, and it was divided into two. Let's see, maybe we can make this bigger. Can we make it bigger, huh? Can we do it? Let's see. Oh, no, we can make it smaller. We can't make it bigger. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's see, I just sort of wrecked up the thing. Okay. So here we go. Here's the temple. No, I don't want to exit the full screen. Come on, I had it all planned out. All right, there we go. Here is the tabernacle, the temple. If you went into the temple, you came in from the east side, this side, and you went toward the west. This is the west over here, from the east side. So as a result, the north is over here. That's this side. The right side is the north, and the south is over here. So as you come in, first of all, there's a big opening place. That's the outer courtyard. Then you come into sort of the inner courtyard, and that is the where the altar is, the mizbeach. It was made of copper. Copper mizbeach. It was pretty big, and it had a ramp that went up to where they took the. Here's where they slaughtered the offerings. They slaughtered the offerings. Some offerings were slaughtered over here, but the ones that were holy, the Kodesh Kadoshim, were sacrificed here. They sacrificed it here, and then they cut up the pieces. They poured the blood over here. They cut up pieces, and they put the pieces and they burned over here. Then you went up steps. In the tabernacle, there weren't these steps. Tabernacle, Holy Temple. And then there was like an outside room, right? The ulam, it's called. And then after that, you went into the holy. Over here, you can't see it over here. I had the picture before, but okay. Over here was the candelabra. Over here was a small altar, which was for burning incense. It was a golden altar. Over here was the face bread. It was 6 layers. And on each layer, there was two breads on each one. And then there was a curtain. And then here was the ark. That's the Holy of Holies. So that's what the temple looked like in general. Good. Let us go back to the laws of the temple. Oh. It says the first temple, the second temple. This we did yesterday. The main areas of the temple. There was the Heichal. The Heichal, that was the holy, and the Holy of Holies, and the Ulam. That's what I showed you over here. Here's this whole thing was called the Heichal. Here is the Holy of Holies. That's here, and the Heichal. And the Ulam. That was the entranceway. This entranceway. If you look on the outside, there's really not too many good pictures of it. I don't know, all the pictures. So first of all, the pictures somehow or other leave out the altar, which should be here. You can't see it really clearly. See, maybe if I go back, I think that'll help. Maybe it'll make it worse. Let's see. Oh. No, made it worse. Okay. Just made it worse. Okay. What's this here? What is this? What did I do here? Oh, here we got a big picture of the Bait HaMikdash here. Oh, all right. One second. I didn't want to take so much time, but I guess what I want is not what I get. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here's a picture. This is the ulam. This whole thing is called the heichal. Here's the ulam looking from the outside. The outer altar is here. You can't see it. It's between here and here. You can't see it. So this picture is not that 100% accurate. Then there's a division in the inside. There's a division here. Here is where the ark is. On the outside is where the candelabra is, the menorah, and the face bread called the lechem hapanim. table with six layers to it, and each one is two. And then in the middle is the small altar, which is called the golden altar. We'll see. Okay, so this is generally what it would look like on the outside, the holy temple, right from the outside. Right. Let's go back to the laws. So there was the heichal. That's the whole the building. The building itself. It's divided into inner part, which is the holy of holies, the middle part, which is the holy, and then there's this sort of entranceway, which is called the ulam. That was the entrance hall. This was not in the tabernacle, only in the temple. Okay, then there's also the chatzar, the courtyard. That's called the azara. That's here. Here, this whole thing over here. It's called the azara. Okay, in the distance from the curtain, a partition is made around the heichal at a distance from, resembling the curtains that surrounded the courtyard of the Mishkan and the Oel Moed. This is surrounding area. Okay, this is called the Azara. So let's get a picture of the tabernacle in the desert. Want to try? Oh, let's make a try here, a trial. Tabernacle in the desert. There we go. Portable place in which it was. Oh, maybe we'll get a good picture over here. Here we go. Oh, see, this is something like it. See, there was the thing over here. The incense was burned, and then when we had the holy, and there was no ulam. There was no entrance before it. Right? And this is what the tribes would camp around. The tribes would camp around when they were moving in the desert. Maybe get another picture. That was pretty good. You should, if you go and look at these pictures, you'll see that. I mean, from my experience, at least 80% of them are not accurate. I don't understand why not, but anyway, here, maybe as time goes on, they become more and more accurate. Here we have moving pictures and okay. Back to this. Okay, so that's general what the holy temple looked like, right? What about the vessels? The vessels, there is an altar. There's a ramp for the altar, which was positioned like near the south on the right side of the temple courtyard in front of the ulam. There's a kior, there's a wash basin. There's the altar for the incense. That's on the inside. We said that's the golden altar. On the altar, and that's where the altars are. So that's what we just discussed, the places of everything. Now, the menorah, that was on the south side, which is on the left side as you went into the holy. We'll look at these things. There was a table which had face bread. It was on the right. We'll discuss what these is. And then the incense altar, that was in the middle. Okay, one more thing. The temple, there was what's called the area of the Yisrael and the area of the Kohanim. The boundaries were made to show where the regular Jews can go in and where the Kohanim can go in. And then there were, in the Azara, there were rooms built for various necessities, and we'll go into what these are. Let's have a picture over here. See, there were rooms over here. See, for some reason, it doesn't have the picture of the altar over here, but the altar was supposed to be right over here, and it had a ramp on it. And if you look in the inside, what happened? Why does this stay? That's not what I want at all. No. Oh, see, here's a little bit of a better picture. Why do these all omit the big? I had it all prepared over there. Let's see. See, even here they left it out. See, it's supposed to be, the altar is supposed to be over here. This is supposed to be kids to draw. All right, why don't here you got a sort of a picture over here. This is what the altar looked like over here, right? Of the altar. And then the inside, then everybody just sort of uses their poetic license to do whatever they want to over here. Oh, here's a good picture. Basically, what's that got to do with the Holy Temple? Who knows? Well, I had some sort of more descriptive pictures, but I think you get pretty much the idea of what the temple looked like, what exactly the measurements are going to be. If you went straight, this is looking directly, we're standing in the east looking toward the west. This is sort of what it looks like from the west. All right, so in general, we see that's what it is here. See, can you see this picture? The more descriptive pictures are missing the things. Okay, so in the holy, there were these three things, which were the candle, the menorah, Bait HaMikdash. Let's see it. All right, what can we do? There was on the when you walked into the holy, only the priests could go in, only Kohanim. On the right side was the menorah. On the left side was this face bread, this table with a 6-layer table, and each one was 2 loaves of bread. And in the middle was the altar. There's a golden altar for offering up incense. That was in the holy. And outside in the courtyard was the there was the altar, the big altar, the copper altar, where they would burn up the offerings over here. That's sort of a picture. Good. See, each one is different, and each one is not correct. See here, for instance, it's narrower on the sides, and it really is not so. It really should go deep. All right. Anyway, so that's the general picture of what the Holy Temple looked like. And as we said before, the whole purpose of the Holy Temple was a place where you could do exactly what God wants. Oh, here's the picture I was looking for. Here we go. This is the outer courtyard, right? This is where the Israelites could go. This was the inner court where even the Kohanim could go. Here's the altar. Here's the ramp for the altar. Here's the laver that the Kohanim used before they went in. This was the ulam. That was the entranceway. There was nothing there. It was in the temple. Over here was the menorah on this side. Over here was, can you see it? Are you pointing? Here was the menorah. Oh, here, over here on this side is the menorah, and this side is the face bread, the showbread. In the middle was the golden altar, and there was a separation. And in the Holy of Holies, that's where the ark was with the tablets. In the second temple, the ark was not there with the tablets. The ark was buried down deeply. King Solomon had it buried about 7 years. He made a place where it could be buried. He sensed that the first temple would be destroyed, so he made a place that it could be buried, and it's there today. In the second temple, the tablets weren't there. In the third temple, it will be there. End of second lesson on the Holy Temple.